This video is going to cover the Flex containers in AutoUi for GameMaker. If you don't know what this is, it's a GameMaker package that allows you to easily add customizable buttons, labels, images, and more with built-in auto alignment, mouse functionality, and a ton of other useful features. We're going to go over the Flex containers in this video. For every single element in AutoUi, including the containers, you're going to create your variable and set it to an auto container, and you're going to have a bunch of different options. For Flex containers, you have to decide which direction the container is going to expand in, essentially. Let's create a vertical container. Let's set a width of 600, and we'll go the spacing between the elements for 4 pixels. I've made this 9-slice image here that is going to basically stretch and be the background. And then we have this draw anchor thing here. And what this is the offset of the location you end up choosing to draw the container in. So it's default to top left. Let's do it to mid-center. And then we're going to set our step method in the step event. And the step method is where you choose your coordinates to draw the container. So I'm going to put it in the middle of the room. And then we're going to call this in Draw GUI. You can also call this in Draw if you'd like, but I'm going to do it here and just call Draw. Now, when we run this, all it's going to show is the container with nothing in it. So let's go ahead and add something. Let's add a label. And I'll do labels in another video, but just for the time being. And pick your font. This also works with sprite fonts. And then all we need to do is use the container's add method to add the label. And then once we do that, we've got our label. We can add even a second label, the different font. And if we make this an array, there's both labels. Now what's nice about AutoUi is it's never been easier to change where these alignments are or set custom padding for each side. And you can kind of see how easy it becomes to make it draw exactly how you want with minimal code. Another quick feature we're going to look at is the tweening. So if we go set tween, I'm just going to set these all to true so you can kind of see what happens. So if you didn't catch that, let me do one other thing. I'm going to set the hover type to Draw GUI. And the reason you have to do this, side note, is just because hovering is disabled by default. So if you have 1,000 elements or something, it's not checking your mouse position over all of them. I'm then just going to set a click function to reset the lerp target. So when I click this, it's just going to basically reset the lerp value to 0. And that's what tween does. You could set this to like false, false, and you'll see it'll tween a little bit differently. I think it's like X position, Y position, width, and height. But of course, feather isn't really telling me that. But all of this is obviously available through the actual scripts, so that all of the methods are there and explain in great detail what they do. You can also set the tween speed if you wanted this to, say, be slower. And by default, none of the elements inside the container are drawn until the tween is finished. You can also change the tween type, which takes an AutoUi tween type, and you can have basically any of these easings. Another useful thing you can do is set a forced height, since obviously these Flex containers expand based on the elements you add to them. If you have something, say like a tooltip, that you want to be the same size no matter what the text is, what the images look like, you can always set this to like 250. And this will always be 250. Even if we comment this out, it'll still be 250. It'll just change the padding of where it is. And padding is set to, by default, I think it's 8 or 12 pixels, I can't remember. And that's it for containers. I'm hoping to do some other elements and some other videos that kind of describe what's possible with these. And I'm sure containers will come up again, but that's kind of the basic gist of how to use these in AutoUI. Thanks so much for watching.